Hello. It's been a hot minute and I did record a video at some point in the long hiatus and I never uploaded it. So maybe I will do that, but I just wanted to stop in and give you an update on my life. So recently, I have finally stopped for the summer. So it is officially school's out, rock on, it's great. I am so exhausted. I'm actually just now getting into the comfortable, not so exhausted part of summer. We are 2 weeks out from the end of school, and this is probably my first actual day of summer. We had a week there, but it was like Memorial Day and we got out of school really late, so it was kind of a whirlwind. Then I had a week-long training, and at the end of the day, you were just sort of mentally exhausted from the existential crisis that you suffered throughout the whole day. And I actually went with my husband, so it was great because we got to be with each other, but it was a lot. So I did have a birthday. I'm now 31. 30 made me freak out a lot inside. 31 didn't bother me any, so I don't know. I guess the fact that I didn't explode or turn into a witch at 30 helped. Okay, let's talk. I really can't remember the last time that I book hauled with you guys, and so I thought about running you through my bookshelf. The ones that I know are more recent and that I don't remember giving an actual review on. Some of these I talked about on TikTok and just said hey, I got these things. But I'm gonna assume that I did not put it on YouTube. So I'll start with the books that I was using as a what would you call it, podium for other books because I draw on my other channel, so I was using it as an easel. Okay, Jane Eyre, because one day I'll read this. It'll probably be like how I read Emma and Pride and Prejudice randomly and all at once, and I probably will be cross-eyed when I finish it. But it's the Barnes & Noble edition. It has the most beautiful blush pink sprayed edges, or whatever you call it, gilded. I wanted to look inside because I don't remember it being this big, but I guess it is, because I thought maybe there was something else in there. Sometimes Barnes & Noble is well, for instance, Jekyll and Hyde. I was gonna get it, and then I realized it was Jekyll and Hyde plus a collection of stories, and I was like, meh, no thanks. The other thing is probably blasphemous. They had this really pretty Bible, and I had a Bible for a long time, and when we moved, I don't know if maybe my mother put it somewhere safe, or if maybe I gave it to my brother and just didn't realize, or if it just got lost because there was a lot of college and moving and all that good stuff in there. I don't necessarily read the Bible as much anymore. Read it once and that was enough for me. Read it all the way through. Well, that's a lie. I mostly read it all the way through. There's a large chunk in the middle that I'm positive I skimmed over because I was a younger reader. I was 16 when I went through and read the whole thing. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to have it for the illustrations. I just thought that that was really a neat thing. And it's kind of difficult to tell, but they're like linotype, or I think, is that what that is? Linotype? Lithograph? Maybe it's lithograph. Lithograph. Yeah, I think it's like lithograph. Where basically Google tells me that it is a printmaking process in which a design is drawn on a flat stone or metal plate. Yeah, that's what these look like. And the font is actually not that small, which is nice. And unlike most Bibles that I've held at some point, the paper is not onion paper, as I call it. I don't know if there's a real word for that. But you know, if you've ever held like a Bible, the paper's so thin and so transparent. The pages are like very crinkly. Yeah. Okay, anyway. The descent of the spirit. Let's look. So, I mean, I really thought that was a neat thing. Now, I will say it was wrapped. And I did preview it. Like, there was one on the shelf that was already unwrapped. But in my head, for some reason, I thought that these were in color. Like, I thought they were going to be illustrations, not lithographs. But you live and you learn. And it's pretty, so whatever. I enjoy stuff like this for research purposes. If I ever do want to go back and refresh on scripture, I was really into the idea of angels at one point, and like the different types of angels. And so, I don't know, I thought it would be why not? Why not have a Bible in your house? I mean, what is it gonna hurt, you know? I want to get like the Quran, and I'd love to get different, like, manifest is not the right word. I'd like to have more than one manual of living your life. So I would love to see like the other religions Bibles. I'm not sure what you call them, but you know, I think that would be so interesting. I'd love to learn more. I'll start with my shelf. I wish you could see better on the shelf, but I couldn't think of a better way to put the books on there. So, and this was the best way to put the camera up. So I got this for $10. Obviously, I never took the sticker off. This is Dante's Inferno. I really want to read this. I don't know a lot about it. Is this the 9 Hells? Dante's a poet. He goes to hell. He meets an array of sinners. I think this is the 9 levels of hell or something like that. And so that's always a concept that I've heard about. I love that I have like all this. I'm really not that religious, but whatever. I do find it interesting though. This has some more lithographs. I wish you could see it without the glare. I just thought it was really pretty. Again, me and my liking pretty things. Oh, this is the one. So the end of chapters is kind of neat. It has these little like angel demon things, you know. If you know, you know. Good Lord. Okay, I'm kind of interested because like the concept of hell is interesting, and then like when people actually make hell a like intriguing concept rather than just like a nightmare or a punishment. Oh, low battery. Okay. I guess what I mean by that is in the Bible there are lots of descriptions of hell. I said lots. There are descriptions of hell, and they are terrifying. Like people with chains and, you know, eating of flesh. And so I know that a lot of that is metaphorical, but the idea that hell is just a hot place, and yeah, that's it, you're just gonna burn. I know people are scared of fire. I'm scared of fire. I'm even more scared of an eternity with hooks in my flesh and little skittering demons that are gonna eat me for eternity. Like, ooh. So, because like pain. Okay, we're not gonna have an existential crisis on this. You know, there's a reason that I don't talk about these things. So the reason I bring that up is this is like a very neat idea of what hell might look like. And so one of the levels, I think, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I haven't read it, but I flipped through it and I thought it was neat that it was in prose. I didn't realize that it was in prose. You know, I've always heard about it and thought that it was just, you know, like a novel. I should have realized because it was older that it would be written like that, but, and then it does have like a couple, like more full-size colorful illustrations. So I'm interested to read this just because it's classic. I mean, why not? Why not read it? But, you know, aside, I guess, I went through a time that, like, I just had no motivation because it was the end of school. It was stressful. It was a lot of work, obviously. I mean, everybody works, but mentally, I just couldn't. I was in a slump. I was tired. I was depressed. And so, like, I was buying things that I felt like were interesting, but that at the moment, I didn't have time. And then my birthday was the 2nd, and so I mean, we didn't get out of school till the 31st, so even though I did go shopping on my birthday, I actually didn't buy much until maybe a little later. I think I ordered a couple things because I was just like, oh, I'm just not into it. Okay, next clearance find. $8, The Complete Book of Ghosts. It's like it says a comprehensive exploration of the realm of the supernatural, from ghost ships to poltergeists to out-of-body experiences. Challenges your beliefs and preconceptions as never before. Oh, should put a trigger warning for that creepy photo. There are a couple photos in this. Mostly it looks like houses, some things to kind of get you recognizing, I guess, or like understanding where the photos are taken, etc., etc., you know, like where the story's taking place. So it's kind of like Chicken Soup for the Soul, but like supernatural. Like I said, I thought that was interesting. I really enjoy, you know, otherworldly things in a book. I don't want none of that in my house, in my like backyard. I don't want none of it. Don't bring that to me. So hopefully by reading that, nothing weird is gonna start happening. I got the picture of Dorian Gray in the Barnes & Noble edition. I have not read this, and I feel like that is like shameful because everyone says it's such a good book, that it's really great, blah 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 blah. I've just never read it. And then I was kind of, then like after a while I was just like intimidated by it. So I have it. It wasn't very much. It was only like, I think it was like $10, maybe 15, because I think I might have got it when it was like fresh. Yeah, so I do want to read it, but I'm scared. So eventually I read this. So speaking of the Barnes & Noble paperbacks, I do have a couple more. I have Persuasion. Again, haven't read it, but I know I'm going to. I've heard such good things. I have, you know, close friends that have really enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to enjoy it. I just can't find the motivation to sit down and read it. Pride and Prejudice. I have finished this. I have read this twice, actually. Once on an audiobook and then once physically. But when I did, I didn't own the book. And so it was like a library checkout. So I did buy this one. I gotta say, not a fan of these like mint green edges, but I mean, the blue is cute. I do wish it was more traditionally like blue and pink, since it's a very traditionally kind of masculine, feminine story. And also, I think I just don't like green. It looks like puke to me. Okay, moving on, or we'll never get finished. I do have another copy of Pride and Prejudice that I got prior to the Barnes & Noble edition. This is from Books A Million. I don't particularly like it, but I think what will happen is this will probably be the copy that I actually write in, and the other one will probably be the copy that, you know, I display. Or I'll give it to someone, especially if they're like, I have never read that. I'll be like, girl, boy, read it. Sense and Sensibility. Now, did I say that I already had that? I don't think I could find this. Yeah, I couldn't find this one in the Barnes & Noble edition. Again, haven't read it. I just know that I want to read it. But I have to, as much as I like Jane Austen, I have to really talk myself into it. I have to be like, it's worth it. You don't have anything going on. Like, it's okay. It's okay if it takes you a week to get through it. It's okay. So anyway, just like, it's actually a very soft, like velvety cover, but again, not the Barnes & Noble edition, which is fine. But, you know, it is fun to match your books. I'm not dragging the complete Sherlock Holmes. You can see it. You can see it right there. That's the complete edition of Sherlock Holmes. It's an old one. It is not a haul. It is just one that I actually bought in college when I was obsessed with, like, I've always enjoyed, not to be like that girl, but like I've always enjoyed Sherlock Holmes, like all the different renditions of it. But BBC really got me back into it. Like, when BBC came out, I had my own job, I had money, I could, like, you know, go crazy. Versus, like, whenever, like, the Robert Downey Jr. movie came out, or, like, Russian Sherlock Holmes, any of the adaptations prior to that, I wasn't really in a fandom. Like, I didn't really understand there was merch. You know what I mean? I didn't get that. So when I did have an understanding of merch was when BBC got really big, and Mark Gatiss is like, whew, the sexy man. Everyone's like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch or Martin Freeman. No, sir. Mark Gatiss. He's a man, but I love Mycroft Holmes. So anyway, long story short, yeah, that is the gold trimmed leather bound edition, and it was freaking, I think I spent $50 on that. Like, that's embarrassing now, because like I'm not that huge into it. But anyway, this was not $50. This was $8. It's Grey's Anatomy. I am an artist, so like on my other channel I'm constantly drawing. My husband is a teacher, and one of his classes is anatomy, and I just thought this was like a fun buy, just like the original Grey's Anatomy, like illustrated. And so, not that I will probably ever, you know, use this for actually drawing anything, you know, because it's a little like, you know, my need for anatomy is like top layer, like very minimal. I don't need to know a lot about it, and this book is like way down here, like, let's look at capillaries. That's not really what I need, but yeah, I mean, it's just the neatest thing. I don't even know what I was showing you right there. Is that the throat? I hope that wasn't like, oh, thank God it's the larynx. For a second there, I was like, what's that? Is that YouTube appropriate? But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So I am now going to put these back on the shelf. You know, I don't even know if I'm going to cut this video. I may just upload it in all its glory. Which, if it's anything like the last video that I did, that one didn't want to upload. Because it was so freaking long. And so, I don't know if you'll ever get that one. It was really just me complaining about things. What's new? Okay, Howl's Moving Castle. I've talked about this before. I've talked about it so much. I love that. The Witcher's Last Wish and The Sword of Destiny. I do think that I have previously talked about this on the channel. I am making my way through the series. I believe... Yeah, so I finished The Last Wish. I'm trying to read it in the correct order, like the best reading experience. Finished this one. Figured out there's no freaking hardcovers in the rest of the books, which really made me mad. This was a gift. I got this from my husband for Christmas, I think. Was so freaking excited because I love it. And then found out for a book that is freaking old as crap, like came out in the 80s. What the crap? Why aren't there more hard? There's like no hardbounds. So, I assume I'm gonna have to just wait for Netflix to like get their life together and put out hardbounds. Hardback. So what? Like, why is my brain not here today? Anywho, so yeah, I'm in the Sword of Destiny right now. I believe last I checked. Ooh, I forgot I had this. I bought this gorgeous. Oh, I don't know if I can get it to focus, but I bought this gorgeous bookmark. Oh, will it turn around? It's kind of hard to show you, but there's like a little. Yeah, so it's just so. So pretty. Anywho. Let me set that aside because I really don't. Well, I do need it. I do need it in there because I sometimes go back because the Kindle is weird. Like, I've got the Kindle that has like every book in one, and so it's like kind of overwhelming, to be honest. And I think I am gonna just go back to reading like the singular ebooks, and just, you know, yeah. So I think I'm about halfway through it. There wasn't very much left. I remember that on that ebook for that story. So I really like The Witcher. I think it is a really interesting series. I really like Yennefer. I really like Istrid. I really like everybody. I really like Geralt. The only one that I'm not like a huge fan of is I don't remember what his name is in the show. Jaskier. In the book he's Dandelion. You know, the guy, the buddy. But he's growing on me. I think I liked him more in the book. But I don't hate him. I just like other people more than him. I'm not sure if I ever include this in a haul. I got volume 1 of Lord Olympus. I don't know if I'll get the other volumes. I don't know if I care that much. This was fun. I wanted to pre-order and support the author. I have been reading Lord Olympus for 3 years now. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy to be like keeping up with it. Not like there have been times where I have went like 3 months and then like came back and binged everything because I was just busy. But as of this year, as of this, you know, end of season 3, beginning of season 4, you know, because she took a hiatus, I have not missed a beat because I've been like, I am not getting spoiled. I'm on it. So I'm so excited. Other than that, I don't think there's like any more new books. I do have some like nerdy things like the Resident Evil 7 art book, which let me flip to a page that is not like against YouTube's, because, you know, if you've ever if you've ever played Resident Evil, you know that it is zombies. Yeah, no, I don't. Okay, yeah. So I don't think any of this is appropriate. So, I mean, it's just like kind of like steals and information about the game. Everything else is like how they made the graphics, how they made the zombies look so realistic, how they used multi-flesh, like, not puppets, but like characters, so that when they were shot, you could actually see layers. Like in the other games, you know, you would just see blood and nothing else, but in the Resident Evil games, they took it a step further, and so they gave them basically like, I want to call them puppets, but that's not what it's called. Like, they're armatures. have muscle and fat and bone. So it's very realistic. If you shoot them with a shotgun, you know, the wound pattern is not the same as if you hit them with an axe, which you can do in this game multiple times, and chainsaws. And so, like, I thought that was a really interesting addition to this. I really want Resident Evil 8's book because I'm obsessed with Village. Like, woo. Of course, I really like Leon and Jill, and we're getting some more Resident Evils out, and so that is just so exciting. I have a lot of Star Wars over here. There are the Force Awakens art book, the Last Jedi art book. No, actually, is it? Yeah. I do not have the Rise of Skywalker art book because I hate that movie. Anyway, the Force Awakens cross section. So of all the ships, I have the Stormtroopers art book, the Marvel art of Star Wars. That is worth getting. That's a cool book. Star Wars Origin Stories, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Last Hope. What is that? Lost Stars, Aftermath, Life Dead. So, those are all, you know, interesting. I also have a shelf over here. What I think I might do is just hold the camera for these because, you know, your girl is not carrying all these books. And I just got everything finished. So let me roll my chair. That's my art shelf. Okay, so let's see if I can get these books in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, this one is The Order of Time by Carlo Rovelli. And it's really interesting. It is all about... Let me just read you the little thing instead of being a weirdo. So, a concise exploration of time from the best-selling author of 7 brief lessons on physics. So, all about how time is not, you know, a straight line. I'm really excited to read this. I have decided that I want to read more academic work. And so, yeah, this was my start to that. I have the Golden Compass. I don't actually know if that's a good thing. You have to tell me. I'm kind of thinking of unhauling it because it got, like, really popular because it had the TV show and everything. But there's, like, a lot of controversy, and I don't know. Like, I don't really care if it's about, like, demons or anything. Like, I know it's daemons, not demons, but I just remember it had a bunch of controversy, so I don't even know if it's worth reading. Who knows? I have the Similarian, probably never going to read it. Bone Gap is something that I got from school about this serial killer kid, or, like, knows about a serial killer. I don't know if I'm going to read that. Down here, I'll pull these up. Let's just set you guys up. Good Lord, this is like 30 minutes. It's fine. What else are we gonna do? I probably should edit this video, but it takes a lot of time. I don't know if I have that kind of time. Okay. Good Omens. I wanted a fancy version of this cover. You know, like he has the ones that are like paint swatches. That's what I wanted. Because I'm not gonna lie. This cover is not it. Don't like it. Don't care for it. The other one was even worse. So, I'm sure I'll love... Oh, the dust. Oh, my God. I'm sure I'll love it. I mean, it seems like my type of humor. I'm a big Neil fan. But it got so popular, you know? And, like, I know how I feel like people relate to this. Something gets popular and you're just like, no thanks. I also have Neverwhere. I know nothing about this except for, I think it had like a radio drama that happened with it. And I think maybe Natalie Dormer was in it. Is that her name? Helps a girl bleeding on the sidewalk. Must learn to survive in the shadows of the city. So I think it's like an alternate London. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. I thought maybe that's not it because I think the one that I'm thinking it has something to do with doors. But I can't remember. I don't have Stardust in here because I'm actually physically reading it and it's out by my chair, but I'm reading Stardust for the first time. I've seen the movie, love the movie. So I wanted to give the, the book a chance. And so far it's pretty good. Kind of weird. Different than I thought it would be, but pretty good. A faux love story. I got this one. I think it's going to be good. This is actually some of the first books that I got when I decided I was going to start reading again. I think I read a couple pages and then I had to put it down for some reason and I just haven't went back. Emergency Contact. I have read the first 2 chapters in that book and enjoyed it, but got too busy. Mexican Gothic. I want to read this, and I just haven't. I've had time. I got this from the Goodwill when I was in Florida. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Interested, want to read it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I have heard some people say that it's just kind of like, I'm not even going to say that word, but sort of that it doesn't respect the violence that has occurred to certain people. And I don't know if I'm willing to like read that and get triggered about that. So Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. I just realized there was a lady behind there. I did not really notice that at first. I wanted to get this for the most random reason, and that is, I imagine... Wait, no, was Ian McGregor Dr. Sleep? I can't remember if he was really Dr. Sleep or not. But I remember, I thought in my head it was a fan cast. But he might have actually been Dr. Sleep. Who cares? Anyway, I want to read this book. And I have The Stand. And it's just like an old tour version of The Stand. That eventually I would like to read because I have never read The Stand. And I'm not even sure that I remember what the movie was about. So that is everything. That's all the books that I'm trying to read that I am going to read. I'm thinking of doing like a Kindle tour because I have a lot more on my Kindle that I am going to read one day. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for running around with me and listening to me blab. And if you have any opinions or books that you think I should read or anything like that, you should tell me so that I know what to read first. And on that note, me and my cat, because my cat is in here. There's my cat. Hello, kitty cat. Kitty cat. We are going to check out now, so peace.